Hey guys, this is Debbie Case coming at you live and in color as you can see. So, NXT Battle Grounds, let's talk about it. It was fire. I'm telling you, straight fire. There are some matches, I'm not going to lie and hype up, wasn't really my cup of tea, but you know what? I still went through it. Now, I'm not going to give you a whole rundown because trust me, if you've seen it, you've seen it. It's just my opinions, it's how I feel about the matches, and that's about it. So the first match is Soruka versus Kalani Jordan for the NXT North American Championship for the women. Yo, that's the first match. I'm glad that was the first match. That shit was straight acrobatics, flying here and there, back and forth, pins back and forth. You know, it was really good. That match was really good. If you want to go back and watch two matches, let that be one of them. The two women matches were straight busting. I ain't gonna lie. Like it, like you was like, damn. Thank God they gave these women this platform and opportunity to go ahead and do what they need to do, because when they show out, they show the fuck out. I'm telling you. Um, Everything, like I said, it was acrobatics, back and forth, flips, high jumps, tricks, everything that you can think of and that guys do, they did it gracefully. Because you know, as females, we do stuff gracefully. You know, if we had a pinky, we was raising it up with the pinky. But yeah, that match was straight fire, and there was go back and forth with the pinnings, so it's like you never know who was gonna win, and it lasted a while because it's like they knew their moves. Like they both come from those acrobatic backgrounds, you know, so they're basically flipping. They're basically jumping over the top rope. They're basically, you know, cutting each other off for their finishers and all that kind of stuff like that. But eventually, um, Soruka got on the top rope and did her soul catcher, soul snatcher. My bad, and caught Kalani for the 1, 2, 3. Then the next match, if I'm not mistaken, is Briggs, Tank, and Hank against Sean Spears and his fraction. Honestly, I went to go smoke for this match because I really don't really care for them for this match. I mean, I'm glad that Hank and Tank, the tag champs, and Briggs won. I hope that's Briggs. I'm pretty sure that's Briggs. Like I said, I barely watch NXT because I don't have time, but when I do, I'm paying attention because I'm into it because it's really good. And what they won. Then the next match, if I'm not mistaken, was the dawn of NXT. Tony D'Angelo against Two Stacks. Uh, that one was going back and forth because they knew each other's tricks, and Tony was kind of like hesitant because the fact is he is part of, well, he was part of the Familia, and he didn't wanna. He wanted to see if he could redeem himself, but Stacks came back and forth and was just like preying on his sympathy. Then Crucifino came through, distracted Tony D and the ref. That's when Two Stacks came and kicked him in the balls and pinned him for a 1, 2, 3. Cristofino was gonna go ahead and hug Tony. Tony was like, "Nah, I'm good. Like, you're not about to come over here. You're about to come out here and distract me, make me lose my match, and then expect me to hug you. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No, we're not doing this today." So let me tell you, I don't know it was before these matches or after these matches or in between them because I can't remember. I got the only surprise. So I didn't know that Santana left AEW and went to TNA. So now Santana came out. You don't understand. My Bronx Puerto Rican poppy Damien is one. But Santana, he's old school. And he's also a Bronx Puerto Rican poppy. You know, he is straight old school. And I'm so glad that he's finally on the platform for WWE. Glad that he's finally, he's making it, and he's out there, and they're giving him time to shine because they're gonna bring him to NXT next week, this Tuesday, to face one of the guys in Charlie Dempsey's team. I'm not 100% sure exactly his name because I don't remember him, or I don't recall who he is, because like I said, I barely get a chance to see it. So the only people I really know are the ones that I've seen before I started missing it. But I'm glad that Santana's um he came to WWE, even though he's in TNA, but he's also coming into WWE. Now, the next match after that was Obafemi versus this speech impediment guy. That's how I can just say it because I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. I probably seen him before. I just didn't pay attention to him because he was in the background. But he showed off, and I'm not pointing out that he has speech impediment, but you know, since I can't remember his name, and he is one of these new wrestlers, and you know, it may be his disability, but it doesn't define who he is. And I would never judge anybody for the disability. Let me make that one thing clear. He did do a pretty decent job, and I pointed it out because that's one thing that stood out to me. Like, he may have a disability, but he doesn't let it show. Yeah, he might not have won the match against Obafemi, but you know, he did pretty good. He held his own. So I'll give him his flowers. You know, go do what you need to do, practice some more, and trust me, you will go ahead and make a name for yourself. All right? But now the last two matches. The second to last match was Stephanie Valkyrie versus Jordan Grace for the Women's NXT Championship. That one, fire also. Like I said, the women showed out. They showed up and showed out, like they always say. Um, that one, Valkyrie hitting her slam of the head between her legs move that she does. Um, Jordan getting her moves in, hitting, slamming Valkyrie to the announce table, all that kind of stuff. Like, they were getting their hits in. And, the Juggernaut, she was getting her strong hits in too. But evidently, Stephanie Valkyrie won. I'm glad. And then, so women from AAA, because they are going to do Worlds Collide pretty soon, like the same day as Money in the Bank. So I believe Valkyrie's going to come out in that one. And there's one chick that's eyeing the belt and telling her, oh, that she's not as better, she's not as good as her, and she gotta remember where she's come from and all that kind of stuff. But between all that, Jessie J comes and goes to Stephanie's face and smacks the shit out of her, smacks taste, flames, and they start fighting. So that's gonna probably be next, probably a match before Worlds Collide. Now, the final match: Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA Championship. Since when the TNA Championship is being defended on NXT WWE. So I think the owner or the manager, the owner or the GM for TNA was at ringside watching the match. And, they were getting their hits back and forth and everything like that, doing what they need to do. But evidently, Trick Williams did the trick shot and he pinned Joe Henry. So now he's a new TNA champion. That GM or the owner, whoever he is not happy. He didn't smile, he didn't clap, he was just like, what the fuck? That shit's on WWE soil. A WWE NXT person is now the owner of the TNA championship. But remember, Santana let it be known, I didn't tell you earlier, but Santana let it be known that whoever wins, because he is in TNA, so whoever wins that TNA belt, he's already warning them that he's coming for that belt. So now Trick Williams is in his sights. So that means after this match, he's going to come straight for Trick. So Trick might not have that belt for too long. Because I think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make a match between them two. Because they wanted to take off of Joe Henry, but make it look like, there's not a newcomer coming in and taking the belt automatically. To not get no heat off of him, they're putting it on Trick. So that way he can get the heat. Like, oh, Santana's coming in and he's taking everything. And he's going for Trick. It looks better that way than it being Joe Henry that gets pinned. So they know what they're doing, but honestly, I liked it. It was really good, and I'm glad that I stuck. And I remembered that it was actually on today because I almost forgot. Because I was watching main event Saturday, and they did announce Battlegrounds for today, but I really forgot. And I had to literally rewind like 45 minutes into it just so that way I can go ahead and catch the whole thing. So that is the review. If you guys have any comments or you like this, please like it. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, like I always say, keep it positive, please. And stay blessed. Take care.